Well, hello there. I picked up this book to reread. A lot of us have probably read it, The Road Less Traveled. I know it's backwards on your screen. And that was what I was going to talk to you about today. I was going to tell you about something philosophical out of The Road Less Traveled, and then I started writing a social media post, and I thought I'd share with you what I'm posting on my Instagram account. Years ago, I stumbled upon the book The Secret, and I was in Maui with my husband, and it was amazing. I was having some issues with my knee, and I found this book. The condos that we stay at have these books that you can pick up and read. And so I picked up The Secret. I started doing what they were talking about, changing what I was focusing on. So I would walk down the beach and I would stop thinking about the pain in my knee, and I would look off in the distance and I would watch the whales and I would think of other things. And lo and behold, guess what happened? My knee stopped hurting. And so I started applying the basic principles from that book, The Secret. They also have a documentary about what you focus on expands. And what I've come to realize is my whole life has been that way. I, as a child, had a room, my own bedroom, and I asked my mother, could I hang animal prints on the wall, on the one wall? And she said, yeah, go ahead. And so I cut out animal prints from magazines and I stapled them all over the wall. And then the one wall had cloud wallpaper. So I would look to the one wall with cloud wallpaper and the other wall was all animals. And I would dream about working, living with animals, and I would like watch the clouds. Well, we've been in this cabin in the woods for 6 years. I get to live today in a cabin in the woods with, like right now, the view in front of me, which I can show you, is all clouds and chancy. It's big windows and it's beautiful with fresh snowfall. And there's a game trail. We own a property next door, so that our whole property's fenced in. And then there's a game trail on this side of the fence, and then this property is ours and it's empty. And there's bear and moose. Literally, they walk by all the time. There's been lynx family, coyotes, fox. It's amazing. So I live where I lay in bed at night and I watch the clouds out my window, and there's critters that walk by. My post today was about this beautiful fire pit, which I'm watching my husband down there. He's chopping wood for me. I married a saint. And for over 10 years, I've had the opportunity to have a group of women come to our house, and we read a spiritual book, and we talk all things spiritual, and it's amazing. They help me grow. They help me achieve amazing things. So this summer, we moved the meeting space down to the greenhouse, which I'll show you in a minute, which is down on the property. Our property's on a hill. And I talked about having a fire pit. And I started looking at fire pits, and I started looking on Pinterest. And the one that I was really gravitated to was this big steel pit carved with all sorts of animal prints on the side. So it's no coincidence that some random stranger randomly one day dropped a fire pit exactly like the fire pit that I had been eyeing at my husband's business. And Chancey's gonna bark here in a second. Literally, he saw this. I'm gonna move. Sorry about that. Chancey, come. So literally, come on, right here. Climb. So literally, this random stranger which I know this stuff to not be coincidence, dropped this beautiful fire pit at my husband's business. And lo and behold, it's a fire pit exactly like the one that I have been eyeing. Is this a coincidence? I don't think so. This is how my life tends to be. And oftentimes I'll have these visions and I will say them out loud to my husband, and he'll look at me like, don't say that out loud, because they might not be the best visions, or they might be a little obscure. And he knows, he's watched what's happened when I have a vision. People appear, things appear. It's pretty darn interesting. And so last night, this group of spiritual women came up and we held our first of many beautiful bonfires. It was 23 degrees. We had, a little over a foot of fresh new snow on the ground, and the moon was coming up right behind our house. It was spectacular. My question to you is, what are you focusing on today? What are you visioning? And what are you doing with that focus, those visions? I have learned that having the vision is wonderful, and then amping it up to the next level, taking actions to actually achieve those visions, to make them realities, ups it. Meaning the chances of that vision coming true intensifies. And so my vision mapping workshop that I've been talking about in the last couple videos it's like my signature course. I love it. I love teaching it. I love sharing it. I love, most of all, watching the transformation happening in others' lives when they take the steps necessary to create their vision map. So I invite you to sign up for my vision mapping workshop, which is coming up, or book one with me or work with me. I can show you how to create one. It's very detailed. It takes some work. It's about connecting our hearts to our heads. And it is really, really powerful. So that is my, I love serving people in that capacity, and I would love to share that with you. Happy day. I hope you enjoyed my little story about turning visions into realities, because I am living proof that it can happen. You can turn those visions into realities. And I've witnessed it happen with other people that I get to work with as well. What are you focusing on today? What do you want to focus on for 2021? What do you want to focus on for the next 30 days? If you're unsure, that's okay too. The vision map can create a guide for you to unfold all sorts of amazing things tucked deep inside your heart. If this sounds interesting, let's have a conversation. Happy day.